Alright, here we go. Before we get into a kind of a cheesy, dramatic clip, I'm just going to explain what's going on now. Alright, so this video that has been uploading on this day, so Monday the 1st of May, that is officially start of prep. That is the first day of prep, officially 16 weeks out to my next competition. Now, I'm going to explain kind of main point of this prep, and then in the next video I'll explain a bit more detail on the prep. I'm just going to explain the layout of it because it's a little different. Originally, the prep is 16 weeks long, and it's still 16 weeks long, but when you think, alright, 16 week prep, 16 week cut, that's what it kind of means. This isn't exactly that. So, it is a 16 week prep, but we have decided it's actually going to be a 12 week cut. Originally I decided I wanted a 16 week cut. I knew I didn't need 16 weeks. I didn't. But the reason why I wanted 16 weeks is so I had like the space and time to get into the condition I wanted. But that was literally just space and time. I knew I could have done it in less time, but it's just so I could enjoy the prep a little more. But we've gone over it all, we've thought about it, and we've decided, alright, it's actually going to be a 12 week cut. I decided to keep the actual prep 16 weeks long. Now this is where I explain it. The last 12 weeks of the prep, that is going to be the main cut, 12 week cut. The first 4 weeks of the prep, it's basically cleaning up my diet. I've left a good amount of time for my off season to do what I can, and I've set a date, and I've had this date, May 1st. I've had this date set for a long time, so I didn't really want to change it, just literally for that reason, because I've had it for a long time. So I still wanted to keep that. So for the first 4 weeks, we will be cleaning up my diet. So I'll be having more water than I usually have, I'll be having more fruit, I'll be having less junk food, or unless it's on a cheat meal or slash refeed. That's the other time we're going to have some junk food. But anyway, the first 4 weeks we'll clean up the diet. That's what we're going to do. And I am going to be introducing a little bit of cardio, just a light bit of cardio, 3 times a week after the session. So Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. So that's what the first 4 weeks are going to be based on. Cleaning up the diet and adding a little bit of cardio. And then that's when the 12 weeks of cutting start. Now, a bit more detail on the 12 week cut. I will explain that a little more during the next video. But for now, getting a very cheesy, dramatic scene. It was almost 2 years ago since I competed, and I've been training for about 2.5 years, just over 2.5 years. So that means I only had half a year, 5 to 6, maybe 7, no actually I think 5 to 6 months of preparation for my first competition. Not a good idea for a newbie. Not a good idea for a newbie, not a good idea for amateur. Well, I mean I'm still an amateur, but back then, not good. But when I first got ready for my competition, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't. The reason why I did it was because I wanted something new. I wanted to get into something new, I wanted to try something new. So I decided, alright, let's do it. It was recommended, let's do it and see what happens. And I didn't know where it would take me. I just wanted to try something new. Now, before I even heard about the competition, through school, like through high school specifically, I wasn't the smartest kid, because there were a lot of kids I was with, and they were smart and they knew what they wanted to do, and they seemed like they had it. I wasn't the brightest guy, I'm still not, but I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't have a plan. I was kind of stuck. And because I didn't have a plan, I didn't have a goal, I didn't do as good as I should have in school. And I really regret that. So high school I was kind of blank, I didn't know where to go. And that wasn't until college when I started going to the gym. Now, I've always been an athlete, I've always been up to a challenge. And I've always wanted to try something out and see how I go. So I got into college, and still I hadn't heard about a competition, but I got into college and I went to the gym. And straight away, I loved it, I loved going to the gym. I wasn't getting into the diet part just yet, it was just the training. And I got into it so much that whenever I was free around college, I would go down into the college gym and I would just train. And I mean literally whenever I was free. So that meant before college, during college, after college. So some days I would train 3 times a day. And I was a beginner, I just knew that I was enjoying it. I was just doing bits and bats of exercises. I would do a leg exercise with a back exercise and tricep exercise with like a quad exercise. So I just tried it out and I really enjoyed it. And I just got in there as much as I can. And then the competition was mentioned. Now, like I said, I wanted to try something new. So I heard this, it sounded exciting, and I wanted to give it a go, I wanted to try it out. So there was a personal trainer down there, and he was intense with his training. Now I started training, I thought I enjoyed it, this and that, and I thought this was that. And then this guy came in and he started to train me, and I had no idea what training was when I started until I actually trained with him, because he knew how long I had. So basically it was just about putting as much size on as I could and getting as lean as I could. And he knew his stuff. In the amount of time I had, which wasn't a lot, I actually did put on some size. I was still I was still a small guy, I still am, but back then I was still really small. He did put me through the work, it was intense, it was hard, and when I went through that, I realised I love this even more after seeing that. And that's when I got introduced to the diet a little more, and then that's when I found out diet and training will make a big difference when you put it together. And from there on I realised I saw progression, and you know, immediately when someone sees the progression you're hooked onto it, you just want to keep going. So that's what happened to me. I just kept on going, and I went through the competition and I got on stage and I looked at everyone outside of me and I was like, yeah, big. So I didn't know what to expect. I got up there, I was really surprised, but at the same time I was having the time of my life and I absolutely loved it. And I just wanted to get back on. As soon as I got off stage I wanted to get straight back on there. It was something I realised I really wanted to do. So after the competition I took it serious. Now I didn't train as good then as I do now, obviously, because I've learned so much in these past 2 years. But I did take it serious. I was still serious with the diet, I was still serious with my training. I really got somewhere, and I kept on going, and I just kept seeing progression, and I got more hooked onto it, and I just absolutely loved it. And through these 2 years I've realised this is something I can actually do. So finally, this is something for me, and I'm going to do it. So that's how it all started for me. From high school, not knowing what the hell to do, to going into college, getting into the gym, getting on stage, and finding this kind of life, this kind of journey. That moment really impacted where I am right now. And that's how this all started for me. through these 2 years, I've come across a group of people in and out of the gym, but specifically in the gym, and I've become a part of this team. I've mentioned them all many times before, and I'm still going to mention them many times again later on. And this team, they can motivate you, they can push you, they will stand by you, they have got your back, they will go through everything with you, they'll never leave you, and they will always, no matter what, no matter who, no matter when, no matter why, they will always be there. And we're a team that sticks together no matter what, and we push each other through the training, through everything, not even just training, just even outside the gym. Life problems or just anything, gym related, life related, always there. And honestly, these guys, if you want a team, get behind these guys, honestly, because they will make a big difference with how much they know, with who they are, even their own experiences, and they will get you through a lot. Every single one of them have shown me a lot, they've taught me a lot. I really couldn't have a better team, because I have a better group of friends, better team, because so much has happened and we've just stuck through it all the way. And these guys are who you want. I mean, it's not just that, it's family as well. All the support, so the support from the team and support from the family. None of us thought we were going to do this. No one thought I was going to get into this, because I was always a skinny guy, and I still am a skinny guy. I was always a skinny guy who wanted to be bigger. I still am. Through it all, everyone supported me, the team, the family, and it was just amazing support, and that support has actually pushed me to keep on going, and now I'm here. And that's exactly what you need. You need a team like that, you need a family that supports you all the way, and you just couldn't ask for anything more. After everything, all the good, all the bad, they've just been there, and that is what you need, and that is what's kept me going. Literally those two things, the team and family. Those two things right there, those two idols you could say, I'm literally going to call them idols. My team and my family are my two idols, and they have just pushed me and supported me and kept me going, and that's all you need. That's all I need. And I'm still going to keep on going and going and going and going until I literally cannot do it anymore. So that is my journey so far, from high school, not knowing what to do with myself, to now being through so much, meeting new people, having all the support and all the experience, and a huge change has happened. Not just with what I want to do, with who I am as well. I am nowhere the same as I was 2-3 years ago. I am a completely different person. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened. All that experience you've learnt from, and you've changed for the better. I am honestly glad about all the experiences I've been through, because it's made me learn, it's made me see more. That's what's happened these past 3 years. And the journey's just going to keep on going and going and going, because I really want to make this a big thing. And I've got ideas for after the competition, off-season wise, and just in general. And it's going to be big. We're going to make it big, we're going to get big, because I'm not big, which is a big problem. We're going to make a lot of changes, starting with this cup. 16 weeks out. Gonna work hard, gonna do better than I've ever done, gonna come in better than I've ever done, gonna look better than I've ever done, gonna be better than I've ever been. Let's get it.
Criminals, where do we go now? I'm sorry, I brought you in only falling out from my reason. Call me out for my crimes. Lost the sense I've been needing. Reached the depths of my mind. So really tell me what it is right now. 'Cause I'm lost in the abyss right now. Got my life all in the shit. Can't believe I brought you in. Got my conscience feeling sick right now. And I'm in too deep. No, you're too good to be here with me. I should be on my own. You can't love with a heart that's tell me what you feel right now. 'Cause I can't lock your love down. So tell me what you feel right now. Where my heart's so cold. I would rather be locked up before I get locked down. She knows it. Now I gotta close for I mess up and blow it. I'm frozen. When she got to asking what's the motive. Used to laying low, admit you got me open. Confidence, yes, prominent. So used to opposite of optimist. She gon' take that chance, so she gon' ride for this a robbery. If I steal that car, then she'll be driving. I've been drinking, all I see is blurred lines. I feel like robbing things, so cuff my wrist. Such a fool to think that charges never stick. I stole like 4 hearts, plus yours. I probably plead the fifth. Recovering, feeling like your ex shot yours with hollow tips like politics. Still ain't chose your side, girl, and it's obvious, so yeah. So really tell me what it is right now, right?